All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully we're live right now. We'll just get a little warmed up here on the Word on the Street podcast, coming at you at a special time. It is Friday, the eve of UFC 159, April 26th, the year 2000, and Chael. The weigh-ins just happened. There's only, in 24 hours, these fights are going to be underway. UFC 159 will be underway by this time tomorrow. I don't know about you guys. I'm pissing my pants here. I haven't slept in a few days. Just doing all sorts of cocaine, lifting weights, smoking marijuana, of course. Free Josh Rosenthal, by the way. But that's a separate podcast episode. I am joined by a few special co-hosts tonight. One of them is Jake from the MMA podcast. How you doing, Jake?
I'm good. I'm pumped up, too. All I've been doing the last 24 hours is bath salts.
We also have an amateur fighter here getting ready to do his thing, make his mark. He is Yao, the Truth. What's up, Yao?
What's up, people? How you doing?
I think everybody's feeling pretty good right now, pretty pumped up. Now we do have a new guest here, someone we haven't heard from before, but you can find him on Twitter. He is at Ross Finkelstein, and well, he is Ross Finkelstein. How you doing, Ross?
I'm doing good.
Honored to have you here. Yeah, just some background on Ross. He knows his shit when it comes to the MMA or the WWE. You understand me, people? He knows his shit. I vouch for him right now. He is a Chael Sonnen fan, if I have that right. Am I correct? You are on the Team Dark side, are you?
Yes, I am. Hashtag believe in Chael.
That's right, man. Check him out. Follow him on Twitter, Ross Finkelstein on Twitter, and you'll find out exactly why we're having him on tonight. We're all talking about the same thing, UFC 159. We also have a mystery caller on, as usual. Who knows if they'll identify themselves at any point during the conversation. Now, people, we just saw the weigh-ins, and before we went live, we were talking about it, but first things first, the biggest story of the UFC 159 weigh-ins, of course, the People's Champion, Chael Sonnen, came in looking perfect at 205 perfectly woven pounds. But the big story was the reception, the hometown reception that Jon Jones experienced. He was booed, nearly booed out of the building. In fact, people, this is the way I saw it go down. He comes in, he walks out ready to step on that scale. He hears his hometown crowd booing him. And what does he do? He assaults the crowd. He took off his shoes and started assaulting the audience. He threw them at the audience, the fans. It was very distasteful, very disrespectful. It reminded me of that a couple years ago, the upset Iraqi gentleman who threw his shoes at George W. Bush. All right, that's what Jon Jones tried to pull that on the crowd. And this is the word on the street here. I'm just hearing rumors. One of those shoes hit a Make-A-Wish Foundation kid in the head. All right, hit him in the head. Kid shows up, just wants to see his favorite fighter, Chael, step on the scale. Ends up getting a boot to the face from Jon Jones. Again, this is all alleged. It's disgusting. Now, you guys brought up something before we went live that you felt needed addressing here. Who wants to point out the obvious thing that happened in the weigh-ins? It just was equally as disgusting as the shoe throwing incident.
Yeah, we were talking just before the podcast. After he thought to throw his shoes at the innocent people in the audience. I'm kind of shocked he wasn't arrested for indecent exposure. He decided to pull down his pants when he stepped on the scale. There were kids, women, elderly people. He doesn't care. He just pulled down his pants.
Mm-hmm. And we do have a caller come. Excuse me, already calling into the Word on the Street podcast. Caller, you're on live with the Word on the Street podcast. You want to give a name? What's up? Who do we got? Elena, how's it going? Checking in from Jersey. She is she is Team Sonnen friend and family now. Elena, how are you doing? We were just talking about the weigh-ins. You were at the weigh-ins. Specifically, we were discussing the fact that Jon Jones, apparently he was exposing part of his anatomy. I believe someone said pubic hair. Forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. Were you close enough to see that?
Lord.
Were you close enough to see that, Elena, or were you far enough away that you didn't have to be offended in HD?
No, I did not see what you mentioned. I did see a butt.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. That's actually that's Elena was. I was hoping she would call in so she could tell a little story about John the Leprechaun Broken Bones Jones. Apparently, Elena ran into the, quote, champ last night at the hotel he's staying at. You guys are all at the same hotel, correct?
Yeah, it was the night before last, actually, or the day before last. It was yesterday.
Okay, so why don't you tell us a story about your run-in with John Jones?
Okay, so Ron and I had tweeted back and forth, he threatened to block me and blah, blah, blah.
That's right.
Well, he came down the elevator, and I got a little video of him with his hood on, trying to hide himself. So then on his way back, he made eye contact with me, and I waved at him. And he snobbed me, put his head up, and just walked on. So I took it upon myself to send him a tweet, and I said, "What, are you too good to say hi to me?" And then, about 10 minutes later, he comes up to the window, which you can see as he's entering the elevator, and he points at his phone, and then he waves at me. And then next to me is my fellow gangster, Alan, and he's over there flexing his arms, kind of egging John on.
Yeah, that's the best part. Alan, our friend, was flexing at John Jones.
And John got all butthurt, and then he decided to bend over and show us his ass to us and the whole entire hotel lobby.
So he mooned you, but really what he did was sexually expose himself to you.
Sure he did, yeah.
How did that make you feel as a victim of all this?
I almost puked in my mouth, honestly.
Is it fair enough to say that you're traumatized?
Yes, I am. It was like a mental scar.
Yep. Can you believe that a champion, quote, would conduct himself in this manner in public?
Very, very unprofessional. And then he comes down and says, "I apologize." Well, a champion should have thought about that before he did such an act. Coach Jamie, Coach Clayton, Coach Scott, they witnessed this as well. So it wasn't something that Alan and I just made up. This is what really happened.
So he not only disrespected you, a female, a lady, a fan of the UFC, he disrespected Coach Clayton Hires, El Hombre de Guerra, and Jamie the Living Legend Huey. He disrespected those gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
I can't believe it. And you know what? But he did apologize. He's going to have to do a lot of apologizing.
Sure he is.
This weekend. Jeez, apologizing for his performance, his arrogance, his discretions in private and public. But he did come down and cower before Team Darkside and actually apologize.
Yeah, whether it was sincere or not, I doubt. But and then a few short minutes later, he was signing some autographs, and my husband had a program, for the event. He said, "Hey, I'm going to go see if John will sign this for me." And John looked right at him and said, "You're wearing the wrong shirt." And he turned around and walked off.
And so he refused to sign a fan's autograph.
Coach Jamie could not believe. He said, "He didn't sign that?" And I said, "No, he didn't." And he's like, "Oh, man." He couldn't believe it.
You know what? Now I can believe it. Jake, what do you think about this bullshit?
I mean, I've heard him doing arrogant things like not signing replica belts because it takes away from his real belt or something, but this is a step above. I mean, fans are spending lots of money to go to New Jersey to see the fights. He's supposedly sponsored by the UFC. He's supposedly their poster boy. I wonder what the UFC would really think if he's mooning you guys. He's refusing to sign autographs. What a punk.
Hey, Ross, what do you think about this? I mean, is this the first you're hearing about this mooning incident and just this disrespect, refusing to sign autographs for the fans? What do you think about this, man? Ross might not be with us. We'll throw again to him in a second. Yeah, man, what's your take on John Jones? He's supposed to be the champion. What does this look like to you?
He's not obligated to do this stuff, but still, come on. It's just signing autographs. It's just signing belts. And as far as mooning, that's a little, if that were me, I probably would have told somebody. I wouldn't have, because then the fight probably would have got canceled or something. I don't know. But signing the autographs and everything, it's just signing. He could at least have the decency to do that.
Yep. Now, Ross, what the hell is your take on Jonathan Dwight Jones just not only snubbing the fans, but actually subjecting them to harassment? What do you think?
I mean, is there anything you don't expect from little Jonathan? I mean, he's a paper champion. He's a poor excuse of a man. And tomorrow night he will lose his belt. And who cares? Who cares? Who cares about John?
Yep, sad to say, I do have to keep saying his name even though I don't want to, at least for 24 more hours. After that, you will never hear me speak the bum's name again. I might refer to him, but I'll refer to him as the bum, and you'll all know who I'm fucking talking about. John, now, Elena, obviously you also, I'm sorry that you had to go down there. You're a fan, just wanted to get the experience in. The champion ends up, just traumatizing you, being a nightmare, insulting you and your husband, just fans. I'm sorry that had to happen to you. But on the positive side, did you, besides meeting that bum, did you, on the bright side of things, get to meet the people's champion?
Yes, I did, and I have no way to describe to you feeling of...
Try to tell us. What happened? How did...
I was starstruck. Chael and I have talked for over a year via Twitter and email, and once the fight was announced in Jersey, he said he would meet up with me, and he actually brought me a T-shirt because I couldn't find a UFC 117 shirt, and he actually found one for me and brought it to me. And he approached us in the lobby because he knew I'd be there, and Alan was sitting there next to me, and he's just the most down-to-earth person, and he's so personable and approachable. Completely opposite of John Jones. I mean, he's completely opposite. And
did he expose himself to you in any way?
No, unfortunately, he didn't.
Did he sign any autographs you asked him to?
Oh yes, there was actually several things. There was a T-shirt, the book that I have of his. He signed, and he was just like, yeah, sure. And he was in a rush to get the press conference. But he still took time with his fans. He still talked, and he gave me a hug, and he said, so glad you could make it. Thanks for coming to see me. Completely opposite of John. And he is greatness, and I can't even describe how starstruck I was. Just
the complete opposite of John Jones.
Yes.
So Chael Sonnen is not full of all talk. Were you not mesmerized? Did you have chills running up and down your spine?
Yes, I did, and when I hugged him, he smelled beautiful. People ask me how he smelled. Well, he smelled like a gentleman, and he very polite. Just what I expected, honestly.
Excellent. Now, you'll be there, of course, at the fights tomorrow. What's anything? I don't even know if there are any more UFC events planned until then. What's going on in Jersey tonight?
There's actually, I think Chris Weidman was going to be at a restaurant or something, and tomorrow there's like a tailgate thing going on, different times, but I'm not attending any of that. I don't really, I've seen the people that I want to see. I've got pictures of the people I want to see. So, I'm kind of just going to hang out before the fight. They have some good seats as well. So does Alan, but, we also have some good seats, so I'm excited.
Excellent. Did you, now earlier you tried to send me a picture because I was just challenging anybody because I don't believe they exist. I don't think there are any John Jones fans out there, but did you actually see a few people out there with some kind of...
To tell you the truth, there was 2 or 3, and, Adam Sella did resemble one of the ones that I saw, so he could have been a mannequin or something, but there was 3 that I saw, and that's it, and I'm not lying.
I believe you. I 100% believe you. Now, Jake, why do you think it is that John Jones just doesn't have any fucking fans?
Actually, really quick, I think our mystery caller has a question for you.
Oh, yeah, mystery caller. You're on the Word on the Street podcast live. You got a question? What's up?
Hello.
Hello, how are you doing?
I have a question for you.
Yeah, shoot.
How did you feel when Chael said that he actually watches the Word on the Street podcast?
That is true. In case anybody's just tuning in for the first time, yes, there is video evidence now, and it does exist thanks to Alan, our friend. He actually, asked Chael Sonnen, got it on video. He asked him, when are you going to be on the Word on the Street podcast? Chael, of course, he said he listens all the time, actually, and he wasn't bullshitting because he actually had a few details right about the show. So I know he wasn't just saying that. So the answer, how do I feel? I was, of course, thrilled. It was the greatest moment of my life. It just makes it all worthwhile. The reason we've been doing this, the reason this whole podcast got started was, basically, I was a fan of the MMA, the UFC, but basically, there aren't any heroes in the game. If you like Anderson Silva and GSP, that's cookie cutter shit. Those are the paper champions. You're supposed to be guided to like those guys. No, I like the guy that's fighting for the fight. The guy that's not in it for the money or the fame. He's not. But that's just what happens when you are a great fighter. I believe that Chael Sonnen is the last real great fighter on the planet Earth. And it is an honor that he's listened in a few times, and we will have him on hopefully in the future. I am going to move to an earlier time, just to maybe get him on the show. At this point, of course, it's obviously going to be after the fight, after UFC 159. Win or the alternative, whatever happens, if he does get screwed by a decision or some sort of lucky hit or whatever, we're still going to have the People's Champion on. That's my goal. He is the title interview. Hopefully that answers your question. But we were talking about why Jon Jones. I'm not done bashing Jones people. You can't distract me. We're not done here. Jake. Wait, we already went to Jake Yao.
No, wait. Hey, I haven't said shit yet, son. Why are you skipping me, son?
Well, okay. Why doesn't Jon Jones have any fans for real?
Well, no, that's actually a really good question. Ben Askren, I think yesterday or earlier this afternoon, tweeted something like I just can't get why Jon Jones is so unlikable, and it's true. And I sort of sat back for a second and thought, what is it? It's not the fact he's really good, because there are really good fighters in the UFC everyone loves, and I thought about it for. And I'm being total serious here. I know, we joke around and shit, but dead serious. I think the reason he's not really liked is because humans are very intuitive, and we can tell when someone's faking, when someone's lying, when someone's not speaking truthfully. And I think Jones just reeks of that feeling of everything you say is just PC and what you want people to hear, and none of it comes from the heart, and you don't, usually, I mean, he's just fake. I think at first people liked him a lot because he was this up-and-coming guy, and I think he probably wasn't as fake then, but since he's turned into a millionaire, since he's gotten the championship, really after that Hua fight, he's turned into a phony. I think people pick up on that, and I think that's why nobody likes Jon Jones.
That's funny. Rashad Evans was saying that about him the whole time in the lead up to their fight. He was saying Jon Jones was fake, but he wouldn't really go into too much. Jon Jones, why doesn't he have any fans? Seriously, come on. What's your opinion?
Jake just said a whole lot that I agree with. He's very fake. Jake explained it, so I don't need to go into it. And also, people liked him when he was going up against Shogun. Because he didn't have that many interviews. He wasn't showing up on that many conferences. He wasn't that exposed yet. And then once he started getting more exposure and everything, that's when everybody started realizing, oh, this guy is fake. And Jake is right. You can tell when someone is fake. And also, even Jones said it himself. He's beaten a lot of people's favorite fighters. And that is true. That's one of the main reasons, because Rashad Evans, when he beat Rashad Evans, I hated Jones for that. And I know a lot of people Rampage, Machida, Vitor, Rashad. He's beaten a lot of people's favorite fighter. And when you beat somebody's favorite fighter, it sticks with them. So that's my take.
Yep. And we'll get an opinion from Ross Finkelstein himself. Why doesn't Jon Jones have any fans? And for example, why are you a Chael Sonnen fan? And I'm presuming not much of a Jon Jones fan. What's up, Ross?
Well, I do despise Jon Jones.
Yeah.
But I actually have a little bit of a story to tell. I was actually one of the biggest John Jones supporters about 3 years ago, before he became champion. And going into his fight with Bader, I remember specifically having a debate with someone that I know and saying that he was going to beat Bader, and then he was going to go on and he was going to fight eventually for the title that year, and he was going to win the belt. And he did that, and he beat Shogun, and he won the belt. And then I noticed right after, around, I'd say UFC 133, when that whole situation happened, is he in, is he out, he changed. He started to become a different person, almost like he knew Rashad had something on him. Mm-hmm. So he's just a fake person.
I believe that Rashad did have the dirt on him. A lot of people do, but they're taking it easy on him because, he's just a little kid, I guess. He is just a little kid. He is going to learn his lesson. He is going to apologize once more to Team Darkside, this time publicly in the octagon, if he is conscious. Now, let's, Elena, hopefully you're still there.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask because, again, you're our woman on the street there. You were at the weigh-ins. Now, how did our guy, the people's champion, Chael Sonnen, how did he look live in person, in vivo?
Fabulous.
Yeah.
He looks like he's ready to rock.
No signs of weakness or anything?
No.
All right, because at the UFC 148 weigh-ins, I got to say, he was doing the Walking Dead shuffle. All right, he was drawn out. But this time I didn't see anything like that. He was bounding up those steps. He couldn't wait to get on the scale and drink his Coca-Cola.
Yes.
Which, the word on the street is the stock just rose on Coca-Cola, fell in Pepsi, or whatever the hell John Jones drinks. You guys saw the weigh-ins, though. Who do you think was looking better? Jake, do you think John Jones was looking better than Chael? Or what? You got it even? What's the story?
I think both of them looked good. It wasn't really one guy looking better. John looks like he usually does. He's looked pretty much the same since he's gotten the belt at every weigh-in. He does seem pretty immature from his actions, but at least it does seem he's got his weight cut down. As far as Sonnen, the real thing to me, Sonnen looked so much better at 205. When he weighed in his last fight against Anderson Silva, he did not look good, and today he looked excellent. No homo.
Yeah, man. When he weighed in at 148, I thought it was all over, man. I think I've told the story before. I was gonna drop down 600 on him on the rematch. The Sonnen Silva rematch at 148, but then I saw him at the weigh-ins, and I had to keep it real. But it was a hell of a fight still. Yao, who do you think was looking better, Jones or Sonnen at the weigh-in?
Okay, honestly, I have to say that Jones looked better, but only because that is his weight class. So he did look better on the scale, but it doesn't matter come fight day. I mean, Chael and the other thing, I'm just used to seeing Chael at 185. So, they both looked okay. But if I had to pick who looked better, I'd say Jones looked better on the scale.
John Jones threw his shoe at a kid in a wheelchair from the Make-A-Wish Foundation. All right, people, you understand me? Ross, don't know if you're back yet, but seriously, who do you think who was more intimidating on the scale? John Jones or Chael Sonnen?
John Jones isn't intimidating anywhere. I mean, he's got little boy looks. He's just not. He's got twig legs. He's never really intimidating. Meanwhile, Chael P. Sonnen, P for perfection. Mm-hmm. He is just he's a gangster. That's right. Of course, he looked more intimidating.
Damn right. I have to say, I was definitely confident about it this time around. This isn't 148 all over again. Thank God. You know what, people? Speaking of John Jones, why don't we... we did this last time, but, he didn't pick up. We had to leave a voicemail. I said we give John Jones a call again. Someone gave me his phone number.
Let's do it.
Voicemail box of...
Straight to voicemail.
John.
Uh-oh.
Damn.
Hey, John. You know who this is. This is me again, the Word on the Street podcast. Just calling you out. I hear you turned your phone off. You must be getting messages like this left and right telling you that your days are numbered. This is your last night. You better hold the belt tight. You understand me? It's all going to be over for you, Johnny boy. I hope you get this message right before you go out there and make your walkout. I hope it leaves you nervous. That numb feeling in your right arm, that's not usual, all right? It's going dead on you again. You understand me? Yeah, that's right. Chael's going to break it. He's going to finish what Vitor started. This time, you'll either be submitted or you're going to go to sleep or you'll suffer the embarrassment of having a 5-round decision go against you. That's the ultimate achievement there, and I believe that's what's going to happen. I know this voicemail is getting lengthy, and I apologize, John. But wait, no, I don't apologize. You deserve this. We all heard the word on the street about what you did to our friend Elena, exposing yourself. That's shameless, John. Anyway, I got to wrap this up here. I got a show to do. But I hope nothing but the bad things in life for you. No luck tomorrow. See you. Okay, all right. That was good. I think that was a little... Hopefully he'll get that message. That was John Jones' voicemail, ladies and gentlemen. He's turned his phone off. I guess he's getting ready for the fight. No more distractions. Or maybe, he was crying. He dropped his iPhone in the toilet. Just like that's exactly where his career is going to go in 24 hours, people. Now, we have an incoming call. Let's see who this is. It might be John calling back. Let's see. Caller, you're on the Word on the Street podcast. Is that you, John Jones? Who is this?
This isn't John Jones. I'll do you one better. It's your boy P Money.
P Money.
Oh shit!
Holy shit! Our boy P Money. Yeah, he's one of our co-hosts on the
from the MMA Roundtable. Yeah,
and he's got his own thing going on. We'll introduce him a little better here a little bit later. But P Money, welcome to the Word on the Street podcast, man. What do you? I'll just ask real quick, man. Are you ready for UFC 159? Who you got?
Am I ready? Oh, I've been ready. I was watching the weigh-ins today. John Jones, he looked scared. He looked disheartened. Mm-hmm. If he'd had a soul, it would have been crushed today when he was getting all those boos at the weigh-ins. It was a great thing to see. He can't even get love in his hometown. Mm-hmm. You got to pick Chael in this one. Throw a couple bucks. Throw a little 10 spot on him. The odds are too good not to. It's going to be a fantastic show tomorrow night.
P Money is the master at stacking chips. You should take his advice, people. Glad to have you on the Word on the Street podcast. We were just, what were we doing? We were probably bashing Bones, I'm guessing. That's pretty much how this one's gonna go. We just called and left a voicemail with John Jones. Hopefully he gets it.
I was listening live to that glorious number on Ustream.
Excellent.
Downloaded the app just to listen to the Word on the Street live on Ustream.
Smart man.
It's what you got to do, really. It's a good move in life.
You're damn right. You do want to follow the Aunt Jimmy Show on Twitter. And if you want to call in and join in, say a few words about UFC 159, number is 512-782-WORD. It's 512-782-9673. We're talking about UFC 159. I was going to go around and ask, I know a few people on this call are probably going to be there. Jake, I know you've got business elsewhere in the country, conducting experiments, whatever it is you do. But yeah, the truth. Are you going to be there tomorrow night?
Yes, sir. I will be there.
Are you pumped, man? Because you didn't even go to the weigh-ins or the Q&A, so I'm kind of questioning how big of a fan you are here.
No, I had to work. I was going to go to the weigh-ins. Excuse me. But, I was going to go to the weigh-ins, but I couldn't take off work. So, but I will be there tomorrow night. And that ride home after the fight will either be one of the most depressing nights of my life or one of the greatest.
Yeah. I agree. Ross Finkelstein, I know you were at recently, was it a UFC event or was it WrestleMania or both? Are you going to UFC 159?
I am indeed. And I was at the biggest MMA event, combat sports event in history, WrestleMania 29.
You did witness him whose name I can't pronounce correctly in person?
Yes, I did indeed witness he who you cannot pronounce.
I'll try it though. Fandango. I butchered it again.
You have to breathe the A's.
That's right.
And I think music's got to be in the background too.
Yep. I unfortunately didn't have that ready. So Ross, you're going to be there at the Sonnen versus Jones smashing?
Yes, I will be. Section 1.
There we go. So far we have 2 callers who will be there in person, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, Elena, you're also going to be there, right? You said you had good seats. You care to enlighten us a little further there in case we want to try to spot you on TV?
I'm in Section B, row 6. So I'll be six rows back from the cage.
I believe you're blonde.
Yeah, the stylist messed my hair up, but I seem to be pretty easy to point out, which I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
No, it's definitely in your best interest, especially you want to be wearing hopefully some Team Sonnen gear. What are you going to be wearing so we can look out for you in the crowd?
The Everyday I Fight walkout shirt.
Excellent. Chael Sonnen's official walkout shirt. Yes, it says Everyday I Fight, which means he'll never retire, ladies and gentlemen. That's what he told Ariel Hawaii anyway. But also the shirt also says, in all fairness, it says Everyday I Fight, but it also says tap out. But tomorrow night, it's all about every day I fight. And I'm just asking because basically, folks, it brings us to our next topic. I will keep it vague and alleged. You want to be wearing Team Sonnen, Team Darkside gear, anything Chael Sonnen related. You want to be wearing it tomorrow night at the UFC 159 event, because if you're not, I cannot guarantee your safety during the riot. The riot will happen immediately after Bruce Buffer announces the results of the main event, Chael Sonnen versus Jon Jones. Now, I am not instigating this riot. In fact, I am saying people calm down, don't do it. But this is just the information, the alleged information that I've been handed to me, third hand, fourth hand. I have no idea. The UFC riot's going to go down. To answer a question that's been people have been asking me frequently. They want to know, is the riot going to happen only if Chael somehow loses, right? The answer is no, people. It's going to go down, win or lose, no matter what. As soon as Bruce Buffer just announces that shit, and he is sparkling in his sparkling ridiculous suit, as soon as that happens, you turn around, you find the nearest Jones fan, and you punch them in the face. Except don't do that. I'm telling you not to do that. I'm just saying what was given to me to read here. All right. The riot at UFC 159. Yao. Hopefully you're going to have your Sonnen gear on. Hopefully. I mean, are you listening to me here? I'm trying to help you.
I am, and I will have some Team Sonnen gear on. Don't worry.
All right, Ross, are you covered on this end? Do you need me to send you a shirt or something? What's up, man?
I'm good. I have the 117 walkout shirt with the American flag.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. I didn't even ask P-Money. Patrick, are you going to be at UFC 159 by any chance?
Sir, I wish to God I was going to be there for history and making, but I'm out here in the dirty desert out here in California. Can't make it out there at this particular moment for that event.
Good. All right. Well, that's fine. Hopefully the riot won't get too ugly and it won't even happen. I'm just hoping no one's listening to this right now. But yeah, definitely get on that, people, for real. Don't worry, we'll have people in place to make sure that the people's champion is not harmed in any way. He'll be escorted to safety immediately after he's handed the belt. Don't worry about that, people. Now, it is going to be a beautiful moment when he is handed the belt. I don't know how I'm going to react, but I just wanted to bring this up. Whether you're at the event or at home watching, I hope you guys all remember to video record your reactions as soon as the fight's over. You know what I mean? Be sure to do that, at least for posterity's sake. Your children will be asking where you were during this fight. Do you remember it? You want to be able to bust out that YouTube video. Are you guys hearing me? Can you guys do that for me?
Yes.
Anybody at the event, get a little video for us, some exclusives. Elena, at least I know chicks like to take pictures and shit. Be sure to record yourself when it's all going down towards the end. You'll be able to tell when the fight's ending, right?
Right. as John's face is planted into the octagon floor.
Yep.
And he's begging for mercy. Yeah.
Would you be averse to wearing a GoPro on your head for the entirety of UFC 159?
Would I be opposed to it? Probably not.
It should be pretty easy to spot in the
Let's
crowd.
make it happen. If you're in the New Jersey area, meet her up, give her the GoPro. We got to make it happen.
Also, the best thing that anyone can do, you guys, we have a couple people that are going to be there. I want you all to lead the chants, the boos, when John Jones walks out. We have to, like I said before, it's going to be psychological warfare here on the part of the fans here. You have to boo him as loud as you can. Louder than you're going to cheer for Chael Sonnen. All right?
Hey, Ramses.
Yes.
Hey, while Alan and I, my husband and his brother, were waiting outside to enter, with our Fight Club memberships, I found it very, very coincidental that a funeral procession went in front of the Prudential Center. I think they were practicing for tomorrow.
Yep.
For John's funeral. It was very ironic.
Yeah, I do. I am afraid of that. I was telling Jake earlier, they might cut off Chael Sonnen's victory speech on TV. They might cut off the pay-per-view satellite feed because, eventually they're going to realize that John Jones is laying there dead, and they're not going to want that to go out on the pay-per-view. So we might not even see the People's Champion deliver his full victory speech. Hopefully he gets enough of it out. It will be one of the proudest moments of my life, and I think as humans we should all be proud of what he's about to achieve. Does anybody know the exact fight time of the main event?
It'll probably be around 11:45, 12.
Around midnight. Yeah. Jesus. But definitely within 24 hours, you guys are going to be watching some fights. People are going to be getting knocked out left and right. You know what? I'll just go around. I'll go around. It'll be a little round table here. Since I don't know who else is fighting on this fucking card except for Chael Sonnen and John Jones and, of course, Vinny Magalhaes against Arsenio Hall.
Don't forget McKenzie.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Cody McKenzie, a friend of mine. Good guy. He looked energetic at the weigh-ins. I think he's going to win this fight. I would put all the money down on him. Facebook prelims. Be sure to check that out, people. That is the word on the street about Cody McKenzie. Turns out he's a friend of ours. That's all I have to say about that. But you people, you're entitled to your own opinions. But wait, somebody tell me, Jake, who else are you looking forward to seeing on this fight card? Because I have no idea who else is fighting. There's only one fight that matters to me.
Honestly, I'm pretty excited about all five of the main card fights. For me, Jones, Sonnen does top the list, obviously. But you got Bisping versus Belcher, a lot of bad blood there. Of course, you got Vinny taking on the child of Gregory Hines and Arsenio Hall. You also got Czech Congo taking on Roy Nelson. That'll be fun. I think there's one more that's just not. No, those are the five. Jones, Sonnen, Bisping, Belcher, Vinny Davis, Czech Congo, Roy Nelson, and there's the other. Oh, fuck.
You get Jim Miller and Pat Healy.
Yeah. Miller and Healy. Patrick Healy is going to surprise the shit out of a lot of people on Saturday.
Hell yeah. Let's give him at least a little respect here. Yao, you ever heard of Patrick Bam Bam Healy?
Never.
Wow. You're going to be surprised, man. He's beaten the likes of, who do we got? I know Carlos Condit, he choked him out.
Paul Daly, Dan Hardy.
Yeah, he beat those motherfuckers.
I think he choked all of them out.
Nice. He is a dangerous animal. I believe it is his UFC debut. The man's going to be genius. I think in a year from now, we'll all be talking about him in regards to a title shot. Ross, are you familiar with Patrick Bam Bam Healy?
Of course I'm familiar with Pat Healy.
What you got on him? What you think?
He's extremely underrated. He's going to surprise a lot of people on Saturday, like you said, tomorrow. He's going to...
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay. I don't know if he's going to beat Jim Miller. Jim Miller is one of the best in the world, I still believe. but it'll be a good fight. He's on a 6-fight win streak, so
I definitely think he's going to destroy Jim Miller. I think, he he kept a little in reserve in the last fight, in his last Strikeforce fight. Didn't really go all out. I think he was saving it. He knows he's got to go explode and go all out on it in his fucking debut here.
Yeah, I really don't want to pick against Miller, especially after that barn burner fight against Joe Lauzon. But Healy is a son of a bitch.
Yeah. Elena, did you get to see? Have you met Patrick yet? Did you see him, or was it only at the weigh-ins?
I saw him through the hotel. I didn't approach him. He looked cool. He was just minding his own business.
Definitely try to get a picture and autograph with him because, like I said, I think he'll be contending for the title before we know it. P Money, Patrick, what do you think? Patrick Bam Bam Healy, he's got the first name as you. Are you a fan? What's the deal?
Well, of course, as you pointed out, we do have the same name, so
that is true.
I'm obliged to root for him.
I do my research here.
Yeah, it's going to be a good scrap. And then when I was watching the weigh-ins today, I didn't really take into account Pat Healy's a lot bigger than Jim Miller at 155. That's going to play out real interesting for the fight because, having that much height and reach, that's either going to help you keep that range and strike first, or, Jim Miller, he can fucking get inside. When you're missing, you're going to miss a lot bigger. So, he's been getting real sneaky. He's been developing those elbows. He's still getting better, looking more diverse, which is what you need. You need that diversity at 155. It's a fucking shark tank in that weight class, and oh fuck, who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be a crazy fight of the night right here.
Well, I think a contender for fight of the night, besides the obvious main event, could also be. We mentioned it briefly, but let's talk about it real quick. Vinny Magalhaes versus Phil Arsenio Hall Davis, one of the top 10 in the division. Phil Davis is, but that's all about to change in my opinion. I think Vinny has this wrapped up. I think if you want to make some easy money, free money, you'll put your bets down on Vinny right now. Of course, there was a little controversial story that broke today, unfortunately, for Phil Davis. Who knows if the allegations against him are true or not. But, it's bad news to have that come out. It's probably fucking with his head. It's probably fucking with the betting line a little bit. But it doesn't matter. In my opinion, he was doomed to fail anyway. Vinny's going to take him out, going to submit him. Easy. That's my opinion, at least. But I know we have differing opinions, even though supposedly everyone's supposed to be Team Dark Side. Not everyone here is on Vinny's side. But what about you, Jake? What do you think? Vinny Magalhaes.
Yeah, there's Vinny Magalhaes. There's a reason he was calling out Davis, and like he said, Davis stylistically is the best choice for him when you look at the top 10 of the light heavyweights. He can't finish anyone standing up, so Vinny doesn't really need to worry about the shortcomings in a stand-up game against Phil Davis. And Davis has tapped a lot of people, but you look at the people he's tapped, and they're very, very inferior as far as Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu goes as compared to Vinny. Most of Phil's subs, like that one-armed Kimura, the Mr. Wonderful sub, the Anacondas, they're all strength-based and don't come from a lot of technique. They just come from Phil being able to, wrestle they're basically wrestling subs. But Vinny is high level. He's not going to get tossed around on the ground by Phil, and I have a feeling Phil thinks he's a lot better than he is on the ground, and when he gets down to the mat with Vinny, he's going to be in for a long night.
If you haven't spent your tax refund yet, you want to put it all right now on Vinny Magalhaes.
I would say do a parlay, Healy, Magalhaes, Sonnen, and you're literally multiplying your money by like 150 or 200 at that point. Like, just put a couple bucks down.
Yep, I did actually do a little parlay here, just for my Team Darkside parlay. I got it on Patrick Healy to win. Now, parlay for anybody that all these people have to win for me to collect on this single bet. So Patrick Healy's going to win. Vinny Magalhaes is going to win. Chael Sonnen's going to win, of course. I put someone else on it. Who the hell? I forgot already. Anyway, if all those 4 people win, I'm gonna be a millionaire. Do you understand me? No bullshit on the word on the street. Everything's gonna be paid for. I'm not gonna have to worry. I'm gonna get someone to tweet for me from now on. That's what you guys want to bet on, but Jesus, yeah, Vinny Magalhaes versus Phil Davis. Who you got?
All right, listen.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, I would agree with Ramses all the time, but Phil Davis is going to win this fight.
What are you
Okay?
talking about?
Don't put your money, to all the listeners. I know this is Ramses' show, The Word on the Street. He knows what he's talking about, but do not bet on Vinny
Magalhaes.
Magalhaes. Don't bet on him. Phil's gonna win. We saw UFC 117. We saw what happens when wrestling goes up against jiu-jitsu. This is not new to us. You'll see in a matter of 24 hours.
Well, UFC 117, I saw the wrestler dominate the jiu-jitsu, yes. But what happened in the end?
Oh, God, come on.
I'm just saying, on as far as the decision goes on the official records. Look, Vinny, you honestly think Phil Davis is going to beat him with his stupid holding him against the cage, just laying prey? You really think that's going to work?
Well, look,
against a real spider of jiu-jitsu?
It's still a mixed martial arts fight. Like, maybe if they were competing in ADCC tournament, whatever it's called, maybe I'd give the advantage to Vinny. But this is a mixed martial arts fight, okay?
You're talking like Hanato Laranja here. I'm sorry. And you're wrong, son, and you will learn. You will learn. Because when I say something's a lock on the word on the street, I'm saying it's a damn lock. You notice I haven't even said the main event is a lock. But I do believe. I believe. Hashtag believe. Check out Ross Finkelstein's banner, at Ross Finkelstein on Twitter. Speaking of Ross, Vinny Magalhaes, Phil Davis, who do you got, man? What's your opinion?
I got Vinny. I don't think Phil really has anything to offer him. I mean, Vinny's got better striking. His jiu-jitsu's far better. What's Phil going to do? Take him down? Oh, then what's he going to do? Get submitted. Simple.
That's the word on the street, goddammit. Elena, you met Vinny Magalhaes.
Yes.
And you saw him at the weigh-ins in line for a fight. He tends to be a heavier guy, but he was looking damn good to me. What did you think? You were there.
Oh, he looked good. I think he's going to win. I'm rooting for him. I'm confident about that. So.
Have you spotted Arsenio Hall?
Another one for Team Dark Side in the books.
Hell yeah. Have you run into Phil Davis at all?
No, I have not.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you don't want to run into him. He's not really very kind to women, allegedly. Right. That's a story that broke. It's gonna fuck with his head. Whoever broke that story in the MMA world, Jesus, that was ruthless. You know, on the day before the fight, ugh. Somebody does not like Phil Davis. That's the word on the street. Now, people, I did tweet earlier. I don't know if you guys saw it. A picture of John Jones weighing in. You know, he was doing his little animal roar. But the tweet was peculiar because if I was smoking marijuana earlier. I apologize. But if you look closely at the picture of John Jones weighing in with his arms outstretched and roaring, if you look at his torso, the trunk of his body, you can see what appears to be the image of Satan's face on John Jones's body. I'm not making this up. Just look up the tweet. Maybe I'll tweet it again. The image of Satan, Lucifer himself.
I'm looking at it now.
Yep. The image of Lucifer himself appearing on the body of John Jones. Now, people like to say, it's just a picture. It's a trick of light and shadows. Okay. But our next topic here, let me propose to you this. It's a rumor going around. It is the word on the street that John Jones's manager, Malky Kawa, worships the devil. All right, people. That's a rumor. It's all alleged. And I have asked him several times if it's true or not, or for any response. He never answers. And that sounds like something that somebody who worships Satan would do. You know, why wouldn't you just deny it? If someone tweeted me and asked me if I worshipped sweet, sweet Lucifer Beelzebub, I would give him an honest answer here. But you know, I'm not the only one who's heard the rumors that Malky does some sort of satanic ritual before all of his fighters go into the octagon. If you're at the fight tomorrow, look for him. All right, he's the dude that looks like Satan, and he'll be wearing all black, of course, and he will be performing some sort of ritual, a Luciferian ritual, before John Jones goes into the cage. Real quick, I know this is an outlandish topic, but Jake, have you heard the rumor that Malky worships the devil? Have you seen the picture I just tweeted showing clearly the face of Satan on John Jones? What do you think about all this ridiculousness?
Yeah, I'm thinking we might need to get a person working at the Prudential Center, maybe get some eyes behind the scene. I know John Jones likes to have his own locker room. I thought it was just because he was a diva at first, but now I'm starting to think that the reason he needs his own room to warm up for fights is to be able to cut all the lights, draw a big pentagram in the center of the room, light candles, cut each other's wrists and shit. I'm gonna look into seeing if we can have someone peek into what exactly is going on in that locker room before the fight.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah. You know, I personally don't believe in the devil. I don't believe in it, but John Jones and his manager allegedly believe in that sort of thing. Well, maybe John's not in on it per se, but, you know, if the manager has to deal with the devil, then of course, you know, that includes John or whatever. You know, John does have that Bible verse tattooed on his chest. And, you know, the word on the street is he gets an email like every week, phone calls all the time. Malky's always saying, you know, John, you know, maybe it'd be in your best interest for your career to get that removed, you know, just goading him for that. It probably does work against him. Hopefully it will. Elena, this is pretty ridiculous, but do you know who John Jones' manager is? Do you know what he looks like?
Craig Jackson?
No, that's his trainer. Coach Greg Jackson.
Oh.
He's not a devil worshiper. He's just a fool. He's a sport-killing weirdo.
No, I don't, actually. I don't even pay attention to John. I can't stand the guy. I try not to give him any of my time. So, no, I don't know.
All right. Well, be on the lookout for a guy with a, you know, dark hair, goatee, mustache, just like you would picture Satan would look in real life.
He looks like a cross between the Sheik of Iran and George Costanza.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He'll be wearing all black, and he will be doing some sort of satanic ritual before the fight, allegedly. And I'm sorry that you have to be, you know, I don't know if you're a God-fearing Christian woman or not. I'm sorry you have to be subjected to more abuse and trauma by these people. It's not right that they're doing this to ladies. The kid in the wheelchair that got hit with the shoe. I hear he's going to be okay.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I hear he's going to be okay, but it could have easily... You know what I'm getting at, people. Now, the people... Jake, Sonnen versus Jones, a lot of people are calling this fight a damn joke. They're saying Sonnen's got no chance at all. The odds against him, I just looked it up. The kind odds are only putting Chael at 5-1 underdog against John Jones. Do you think the betting odds are accurate in this case?
No. Really objectively, I would, if I was making the line, I would put it at maybe 3-1, 4-1. The fact that they're 5-1 and up to like 8-1 in places is kind of, it's kind of crazy. We saw the exact same kind of matchup at the Tough 17 finale with Uriah Hall and Kelvin Gastelum, and you saw what happened there.
No shit. P-Money, stacking chips. What do you think about these betting odds? Do you think Sonnen is that much of an underdog?
Of course not. I mean, that's just that's a disgraceful line that's been set, a terrible precedent by these bookies. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. There's hardly a case in mixed martial arts ever that warrants someone to be a -6 or -700 underdog. I mean, heck, you look at Chael Sonnen's grappling credentials; they're better than John Jones. So I mean, you've got that right there. what's phony Bones Jones going to do when Chael shoots for that classic double on those chicken legs of his and just picks the legs out from underneath him? He probably won't even be able to do anything about it. He's going to get lumped up and chumped up, and it'll probably be an easy night. It'll be Anderson versus Sonnen 1 all over again, but for a full 25 minutes. And I'm personally looking forward to it. And you know what? I do have it on authority that Melky Kawa and John Jones allegedly worship Satan. They're going to be sacrificing goats and drawing pentagrams and blood and worshiping the hell beast. And they're going to try and use the evil powers because that's all they can do. They're trying to just make a deal with the devil that they can beat Chael Sonnen.
They
won't be able to do it. And if they do, it's only through Satan's power.
Exactly. That's the only way they can pull this off. Ross, are you a betting man? What do you think about the betting odds being against Chael in this one, as much as a 5 to 8 to 9 to 1 underdog? What do you think?
I love it. More money. More money for me.
All right, so you are putting a little coin down. Who else are you feeling confident about on this card? Anybody else? Do you even care about the other fights?
No, I do. It's an interesting card. Roy Nelson's a guy that I think he's going to win his fight against Congo. I don't think Congo really has anything to offer him. Vinny's obviously another great bet. I'd stay away from the Miller-Healy fight. Other than that, there's no real locks other than Chael, obviously, and Vinny and Roy Nelson.
Yep, I just looked it up. If you bet $1 on Vinny and Chael and Bam Bam Healy to win, $1, you will win $8,738 back. All right, people, that's the word on the street. That's the word on the street, people.
I was just doing a little bit of research talking about the devil worshipping going on in the Jones-Kawa fight, and I noticed something interesting. John Jones likes to fight on days of the full moon, or very close to it, so he can harness the moon's power, which we all know is a satanic force. And I'm looking at the calendar now. Tonight is the full moon in Newark, New Jersey.
Oh, shit.
Oh, man. And isn't New Jersey the home of the New Jersey Devil?
I was just about to say, it is the home of the New Jersey Devils, and even more, you know who plays at left wing for him? A guy by the name of Miroslav Satan. Spell his last name out, Satan.
Oh, my God. Oh, we do have a new caller. Caller, you're on the Word on the Street podcast. You're on live with everybody. What do you know? What do you say? Who do we got?
The Admiral for McHale's Navy.
Holy shit. Yes. Is this Luke Barker?
The one and only.
How you doing, Luke? He's for anybody listening, he is a huge Team Sun and Team Darkside fan, and like he said, the Admiral of McHale's Navy. Actually, Luke, tell us a little about yourself. You're actually from that area, aren't you?
I was born and raised in Eugene, Oregon.
Nice, Eugene, Oregon. And you actually know Chael, don't you?
Yeah, we met years ago when we were competing in wrestling in high school. He went to the University of Oregon, and I go to the Navy right out of high school.
Nice. And, sorry, we have a new caller on, but it's loud as hell where they're at. Sorry, caller, are you? Can you hear us?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Yeah. Who do we got? Who's this? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Evansville, Indiana. Give me one moment, and I got to order my food. I'll be right with you.
All right, put it on mute then or something. Now, Luke.
I'm at Nagasaki. Anyway, I just wanted to call. Hang on one second. They're not taking my order yet. I'll wait till they take my order.
What is this? What are you ordering?
Japanese steakhouse.
Who calls up a radio show and says, "Wait, hold on, I gotta order some food"?
This is fantastic.
Must be a John Jones fan.
I'd like the substitute with filet.
Is he at Chick-fil-A?
I think he's giving us his order.
Bacon shrimp substitute the steak with filet. Anyway,
Give him
I want to
those
talk to you
bacon
about, Chael is inevitably losing this fight, and I just wonder where you really have any realistic thought of how he could possibly win.
I'm sorry, your phone was breaking up. It
Cut
sounded
this
like you said that
cocksucker
Chael was
off.
going to lose the fight.
What did this guy smoke for dinner? Because I want some of it.
It's better than what you got.
Looks like we have a drug user on the line here. Someone is claiming that Chael Sonnen is going to lose the fight here. Caller, what?
Yeah. I'm Bridgeview Coffee on Twitter.
Ridge Coffee on? Oh, I know who you are. You're Bridgeview Coffee on Twitter. I know who this
world's
guy
fastest
is.
Drummer, dude. Yeah, world's fastest drummer. That's me.
He does claim to be the world's fastest drummer. He sent me a few videos trying to challenge me because I hit a little skins myself, people. That's the word on the street. And this guy's always challenging me.
You also called out Dave Grohl's drum set one time, but you were wrong about it. It was Abe Orion Jr.'s drum set. Remember?
I got that.
Paul McCartney jammed
I got that call. I got that call right on Dave Grohl's drum set, but that's neither here nor
No,
there.
That was Abe Orion.
Hang on. Let's see how ridiculous.
I know from a mile away.
Let's see how ridiculous this can get before I have to start letting people go. We have one more caller coming in here.
Remember, if Chael wins, I donate money to a Steiner.
Oh, that's true. We will ask you about that. Now we have a new caller on. New caller, how are you doing? Who is this? Where are you calling from?
I'm doing good. It's Ali.
Are you a John Jones fan?
yeah. I got something for you guys.
But what do you got, man? What do you got?
You didn't get it. You got the big one. I don't know. Listening to Chael Sonnen talk. Yeah, that's the full number. I'm just
Cut him off.
I'm a fan of this guy more and more.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. We had to let Bridgeview Coffee go because he was putting in his order at Chick-fil-A. So sorry about that. New caller. Sorry, I couldn't hear a damn word you were saying. Start over again. What's your name? Are you a Jones or Sonnen fan?
I pretty much stand at neutral in this Ali. I'm really turning into a Chael Sonnen fan a lot right now. It's just hearing this guy talk, I'm like getting goosebumps. Oh my God. Like,
hell yeah, man.
This man has like A1 trash talk and he's backing it up. And like, I really been listening to all the things about Jones and, I'm kind of thinking, it's kind of true. I'm not going to lie about it. He did change a lot.
Everybody thought he was full of shit when he was saying he could whoop Anderson Silva's ass before UFC 117. And he shut everybody up with that. I believe it's going to happen again. People are still not believing this guy after what he did to Anderson Silva. Luke Barker, what do you think about Chael being labeled like as much as an 8 or 9-1 underdog, man? What do you think about that shit?
Good. Take your money, and Chael will make you a rich man. Look, Chael doesn't talk trash. He talks the truth. He's always been like that. I don't have a bad thing to say about the guy. He's helped me a lot. The guy just, he says what people are afraid to hear in today's society. People don't like that.
Yep. Luke, how old were you when you met the People's Champion?
Oh, God. I want to say around 14. I'm a couple years older than him. I think like 2. And then when I joined the Navy, I'd go back on leave. And when he was wrestling in Oregon, we'd run into each other. I'd go into the room there. And there was a little country bar in Eugene that we hang out at. And I think the last time I saw him was in 2000 down in Vegas at the national tournament for wrestling. But we've kept in touch over the years.
Nice. So you knew Chael when he was a little kid, man. That's crazy. Now that he's about to become the champion of the entire planet in the solar system, probably the Milky Way galaxy as far as we know, how does that make you feel knowing that someone that you saw as a little kid is about to become the champion of the world? Are you proud, man? He's doing it for the hometown. Are you going to be there at the fight, or are you going to be watching? What's the deal?
I'll be watching. I wish I could have made it up there for the fight, but I'll be watching. I'm a huge UFC fan. Still involved in wrestling and helping fighters with wrestling. Chael, he's always been the same. His fame and money, it hasn't changed him. He's still the same person.
Yep. No, I hear you, man. What?
He's about to be the third fighter in UFC history to hold 2 different belts. He did it at middleweight, and now he's going to do it at light heavyweight.
You're goddamn right, man. Very excited. 24 hours from now, who knows if I won't even be able to talk. I'm not even gonna stand, I'm not gonna be sitting for this damn fight. It's hard to even keep track of who the new callers are, but the newest caller that just called in, I think it was Ali, right?
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ali, man. We were talking about it earlier, but John Jones, he's not promoting this damn fight. He's, assaulting the crowd with his shoes. He's getting booed left and right. You said you were neutral, but come on, man. John Jones is looking like the villain in this fight, man. What's your opinion of the man himself?
Yeah, he's really changed a lot. I definitely had to say he was my favorite fighter. Definitely watching him growing up and seeing this guy, I'm like, yeah, he's gonna be the greatest, and he's just changed, just flipped the whole script on everybody. I could just sense this real fake feeling from him. Chael P. Sonnen, I'm not getting that from the man. He's selling the fight because even with the little promo, it's Chael talking, no John Jones. I'm like, damn. No promotion to the fight, throwing stuff at the fans, sexually assaulting women. Come on.
Sexually assaulting women. I like how you snuck that one. And who knows? Allegedly, people, just like the worshiping the devil and like the riot at UFC 159 is gonna. This is all just hypothetical that we're talking here. Elena, are you still out there? Are you still with us?
Yes.
Now, I tried to get a hold of him for the podcast, but he's a busy man. Of course, we're only hours away from the fight. I'm talking about Coach Jamie, the living legend, Huey. You've run into him a couple times or something, right? Well, how's he doing,
yes.
man? How's he holding up?
Great. I can tell that him and the coaches are just ready for Chael to kick some ass.
Yeah, no kidding, man. Now, hopefully we'll hear from all of them immediately. Well, not immediately after the fight, but after the damn fight on the next episode of this podcast. But before we wrap it up here, I do want to go around one more time just to, I don't know about you guys. This fight, of course, I've been waiting a long time for it. This is, in my opinion, going to be the greatest UFC fight of the year 2013. Just Jake from the MMA podcast. Just a real quick plug your podcast for one, and your Twitter, and give us your last impressions and your real prediction for the main event, Sonnen versus Jones.
For sure, yeah. Just follow us on Twitter at The MMA Podcast. Visit themmmapodcast.com. You can go on YouTube and check out all our past episodes. Just search The MMA Podcast. Pretty simple. And yeah, if you want to follow my personal Twitter, it's at Jake Walters. It ends in a Z because some cocksuckers got the one that ends in an S. But yeah, JKEWALTERZ. This is really, I'm really pumped for UFC 159, not only because of Sonnen Jones, mainly because of Sonnen Jones, but really this is a great way to cap off what's been an awesome month of UFC fights. There have been 4 cards. There are, all 5 fights on the main event I'm really interested in seeing. We're going to see a new champion in the main event. I can't wait. I think it's going to be a close call. I think Sonnen kind of shocks Jones in the first round with his power. I think Jones might take the second or third maybe. But Sonnen's going to push Jones harder than anybody's ever pushed him. He's going to drag him out into deep waters, and he's going to drown him, and he's going to win the judge's nod.
Nice. We're going around getting everybody's final realistic prediction for the fight. But someone did just call back in. New caller. Are you there?
What's up, guys?
Is this pretty confident? Who do we got?
Team Son in Brooklyn. That's who we got.
Team Son in Brooklyn, hell yeah, man. How you doing?
That's right. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw. I sent it to you and Ross yesterday. We got that American Gangster banner. Did you beat that?
Oh, nice. Yeah, I did see that, man. That is looking nice. Holy shit, that was you?
Yeah. So check the looks for that. We're gonna have it over the railing there in the first row. So.
Holy shit, in the first row. So we'll be able to. We're gonna look out for you then. I'll go ahead and if you tweet that at me again, I'll retweet that. The Aunt Jimmy Show on Twitter. Look out for this guy. He's got a badass banner. But yeah, we're just going around before we wrap it up, getting everyone's realistic take on how the Sonnen versus Jones fight's going to go. So, Team Sonnen, Brooklyn, how do you see this fight going? What's your honest prediction? No bullshit.
No bullshit. I believe Chael is he's going to win more rounds than John. You know, I think John's a mental midget. You know, he doesn't have genetics work in his favor, but he doesn't have the fight IQ that everybody makes it out that he has. You know, he's got a good coach. You know, he's got the right genes, but he's not the fighter that Chael is. So,
damn right.
Chael by decision, maybe even a head and arm choke. I would like to see that, but I'll give Jones a little more of a chance. Decision. Chael Sonnen, new champ.
Hell yeah. Team Sonnen, Brooklyn, they're going to be repping the banner there in the first row, apparently. Look for that. I am going to tweet it again. I'm looking at it again. Fucking badass there, man. Definitely good work. Good prediction as far as I'm concerned. Yao the Truth. Sonnen versus Jones. You're going to be there witnessing it live as well. How do you see the fight realistically going? No bullshit.
All right. The Sonnen and Jones fight, two ways for Chael. He destroys Jones in the clinch, which I think he will be able to do. Jones in the clinch, kind of like DC and Frank Mir last week. Or he submits John Jones. But let's not forget, John can do the same thing to Chael. Mm-hmm. But I'm pulling for Chael Sonnen.
All right. So you're predicting a Sonnen victory, or you're just pulling for him? I gotta nail you down on a fucking answer, son.
We'll have a new champion tomorrow night.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, Ross Finkelstein, Sonnen versus Jones. Who do you got?
I got Chael P. Sonnen. P stands for perfection. I see it ending first 3 rounds, head and arm choke. Chael P. Sonnen. I don't think he can stop. I don't think John Jones can stop the double leg. He gets him on his back. He breaks him. He finishes him by the 3rd round.
Yep. Nice call. A lot of people are saying John Jones has never been taken down. Well, guess what? Chael Sonnen has never fought a fight where he hasn't taken down his opponent. So what now, people? P Money, Sonnen versus Jones. What's your honest fucking prediction on how this is going to play out?
All right, I'll shoot you straight, Ramsey. I'll shoot the Word on the Street podcast straight. I see this being. You guys remember GSP versus DJ Penn 2? GSP just kept taking DJ Penn down, and he just beat the shit out of him for 4 rounds until his corner threw in the towel, wouldn't even let him go out for the 5th. I think this is going to go pretty much the same exact way. John Jones, his striking's way overrated. He's got his range. That's his best tool, but that's going to also be his biggest downfall because he's going to be throwing those long-ass arms and going for some wild, fucking stupid spinning back elbows. Chael's not going to fucking fall for that. He's going to flip that shit, go for the takedown, and he's just going to be fucking pounding John Jones' face all night long. He's in for a terrible night, and I see Chael Sonnen getting the doctors/corner stoppage after the 4th round.
That's what I'm talking about. Payback for UFC 151. We'll go to Elena next with her prediction. But, Yao, you wanted to add something in real quick? Yao the Truth? Oh, maybe not. Okay, Elena, Chael Sonnen versus John Jones are going to be there. We know you got Chael to win, but how do you honestly see the fight actually playing out and going?
I think Chael's going to come out strong like he did, in the Anderson fight. I think he'll take round 1 and 2. John might get 3, and then Chael 4 and 5.
That's a very detailed breakdown there. Appreciate that. Luke.
Hey,
Parker,
by the
yes.
way, Luke lost signal, so I just want to let you know.
He's gone? Oh, yeah. Damn. Well, the Admiral of McChell's Navy himself, Luke Parker, known the man since he was not a man but a kid. Thanks everyone for calling in. It was definitely a good response here. Good to go live here the night before. I know we're all fucking excited. Now, I just want to just real quick just say to everybody, no matter what happens, I'm still going to be a fan of the People's Champion for life. I am wishing him nothing but the best and nothing but the worst for Johnny Bones Jones. Now, sorry, a little distraction here. We did have Yao breaking back in real quick. I believe Yao the Truth did have one more final thing he wanted to get in here real quick. Yao, you there?
Yes, I am.
What's up, man? You said you had something else?
Yeah, I just want to say one thing. Chael does not only have a double leg takedown. If he's able to get a strong body lock on John Jones, because John has a long torso, so if he's able to get a strong body lock around Jones, he can take him down that way as well. I just want to kind of point that out because everybody talks about his double leg, his shot, getting underneath and everything. He doesn't have to shoot for the double.
True, man. That's true. It will. Well, shit. Honestly, I see 5 rounds of pure domination from the People's Champion myself. John is going. He's going to land a few. It's all about. It's like I've been saying. It's going to be a battle of wills. Who wants it the most? What can Chael take? What can John take? How big? How is confidence going to play a part in this whole fight once John's on his back? Once he realizes it's not a joke. All right. It is going to be fight of the year, in my opinion. I don't see anything being bigger than that. And I just want to say to everybody, thank you for calling in. Thank you for being on Team Darkside, or I guess we heard from that one guy. Who knows what he was on again. I'm sorry. He picked John Jones. I don't know what the hell that was. I apologize. These people, they start doing these drugs, and then all of a sudden, it's like Nike's cool, John Jones is cool, whatever. These people are going to learn a lesson tomorrow, taught by the master himself, Chael Sonnen. If anybody out there from Team Sonnen is listening, we wish you nothing but the best. You don't need the good luck. You just need the well wishes, the will of the people on your side. Jake, we are going to end this podcast right now. I know he is. He's got his finger on the record button, the pause button. But that's going to do it for the Word on the Street podcast live UFC 159 special edition. Thanks everybody again. And holy shit, here we go, people. Follow the Aunt Jimmy Show on Twitter for the next episode of the Word on the Street. It will be the victory